It began subtly, a change in the bees' complex dances, a new efficiency in their hive construction, then the impossible. They communicated, not through pheromones or dances, but through a language understandable to us. The killer bees, once a terrifying but purely instinctive force, had evolved. Their demands were simple. They wanted all of Madagascar for themselves, and they wanted all human activities to stop inside of Madagascar. They wanted an entire island solely for them. Their spokesperson, a massive queen with piercing intelligence in her multifaceted eyes, promised a symbiotic relationship. We would be left alone, they claimed. We would coexist. Humanity scoffed. How could we, masters of the planet, cede to insects? The very idea was laughable. Negotiations broke down quickly. We, in our arrogance, did not understand what we were facing. We would soon learn. The bees had a sting deadlier than any we had known. The initial attacks were swift and brutal. Swarms of bees, now armed with rudimentary tools fashioned from organic material, overran military outposts. Our weapons proved largely ineffective. The skies turned black with millions of these winged furies. Cities were plunged into chaos. Every continent felt their wrath. Crops were destroyed, livestock decimated. We had underestimated their numbers, their organization, their sheer ruthlessness. The bees, it turned out, had been studying us for years. They knew our weaknesses, exploited our vulnerabilities. We were fighting a losing battle, and the world was quickly realizing it. The war, if you could call it that, was over before it truly began. Our technology, our armies, our strategies were useless. We had conquered the natural world, but the natural world, in the form of these terrifyingly intelligent bees, had fought back and won. The surrender was unconditional. The Queen, her multifaceted eyes glinting with cold victory, dictated the terms. Humans were to become caretakers, servants to the new rulers of Earth. Our purpose was simple, to ensure the survival and propagation of the bee race, to serve the hive. The Earth as we knew it vanished. Cities, once symbols of human achievement, were reshaped into sprawling hives. Our monuments, our art, our history were systematically dismantled and replaced with structures that served the bees. The Eiffel Tower, now a giant antenna for their hive mind. The Great Wall of China, a barrier to contain human livestock. The Queen, a figure of terrifying beauty and power, established her throne in what was once London. From there she ruled her new empire with an iron fist, or rather a barbed stinger. Humanity was leaderless, broken, and utterly subservient. The bees, it turned out, were not content with just Earth. Their ambition was as boundless as the cosmos itself. With human ingenuity now at their disposal, they unlocked secrets that had eluded us for centuries. Fusion power, wormholes, technologies that seemed ripped from the pages of science fiction were now tools for the hive. Massive bioengineered spaceships, shaped like honeycombs and powered by unimaginable energies, began to appear in the skies. These were not vessels of exploration, but of conquest. The bees, with their human slaves in tow, set their sights on the stars, their goal galactic domination. Across the solar system, the seeds of rebellion were sown. Whispers of defiance passed from human to human in the darkness of the mines on Jupiter's moons, in the makeshift hovels beneath the Martian surface. The spirit of rebellion, though faint, refused to be extinguished. Human ingenuity, though suppressed, found ways to flourish. Stolen moments with scavenged technology, a shared glance across a field of alien crops, a whispered lullaby of freedom passed down from parent to child. Hope, it seemed, found a way, even in the darkest of times. The Queen, sensing this growing unrest, chose a brutal solution: extermination. Planets were purged, moons were turned into fiery infernos, billions of humans wiped out in an instant, a chilling reminder any resistance was futile. The message was clear: serve or be destroyed. Yet even in the face of such unfathomable cruelty, the embers of rebellion refused to die. The survivors, hardened by loss and driven by a thirst for vengeance, continued their fight. They knew the odds were stacked against them, but the human spirit, it seemed, was not so easily crushed. Decades turned into centuries. The bees, their grip on the galaxy absolute, had achieved their goal. From the frozen wastelands of Pluto to the volcanic plains of Venus, the cosmos was theirs. The once vibrant tapestry of alien life was gone, replaced by the monotonous drone of the hive. The universe, once filled with the music of a million different cultures, was now eerily silent, save for the buzzing of trillions upon trillions of bees. The silence, however, was deceptive. It was the silence before the storm. Deep in the uncharted reaches of the Andromeda Galaxy, a beacon flickered to life, a distress signal, faint but persistent, carrying a message of hope. The humans, or rather what remained of them, had not been entirely eradicated. They had survived, rebuilt, and were preparing for a final desperate gamble. The signal, a beacon of defiance against the cold, uncaring void, spread like wildfire through the network of hidden human outposts scattered across the galaxy. The time for reckoning, it seemed, was finally, and so the age of the bees began. An age of unwavering order, of absolute control, of terrifying efficiency. The galaxy, once teeming with life and diversity, was now a sterile, perfectly ordered hive. Humanity, its spirit finally broken, was but a distant memory, or so the bees believed. The faint echoes of rebellion still whispered through the void, a testament to the indomitable spirit of that which they thought they had crushed. The seeds of destruction are often sown in the ashes of victory. The age of the hive had begun, but for how long could it last? The universe, after all, holds many secrets, and even the smallest spark can ignite the greatest inferno.